And there's the Aston Martin medical car pulling into its slot behind the Hasses. We are all lined up here. 5 times the championship leaders changed this season. What will happen now as it's lights out and away we go? Bottas gets a decent start, as does Hamilton. Verstappen can't dive down the inside. Leclerc's keeping him company as Hamilton takes the lead into the first corner from Valtteri Bottas. There's Sergio Perez and Charles Leclerc going wheel to wheel as they go round turn 2. But it's Hamilton from Bottas from Verstappen, then the Ferrari of Leclerc. Then comes Perez, and behind them, Lando Norris ahead of Pierre Gasly.
Perez got so close to running into the back of his teammate. Max Verstappen had a look-up, was desperate to try to get around the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc. Didn't make that happen, but he would have been terrified as he was heading towards the back of the sister Red Bull there.
Antonio Giovinazzi putting some pressure once again on Fernando Alonso and getting past Fernando Alonso.
Great move.
It was a nice move. Is Mick Schumacher into the barrier at the infamous now turn 21-22 complex. We saw Charles Leclerc there in practice. Mick Schumacher has gone into the barriers now. We've got our first safety car of the evening.
Are you okay, Mick? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
It absorbed it all.
Valtteri's driving massively off the pace.
I agree. It's an absolute.
That shouldn't be allowed, what he does.
Right, so
it's not allowed. It's absolutely not allowed under the regulations. You can't do that.
And he's doing that to allow Mercedes the chance for the double stack.
Yeah, it's very like Charles Leclerc, isn't it? And the back end stepped out on the way into 22. And I'm afraid you're straight into a cul-de-sac at that point, and you can see how well.
Verstappen stays out and takes the lead of this race. Hamilton and Bottas pit. Are Red Bull gambling here on another safety car where Verstappen could come in and get a cheap pit stop again but hold on to the lead, or could they get caught out? We'll only find out at the end of lap 50. And they're now red flagging the race, and this is now played very much into Red Bull and Max Verstappen's hands, because the one thing you can do when the race is suspended and it's red flagged, when you return to the pit lane, you can make your tyre change. Standing start of the evening. Max Verstappen on the left-hand side of your picture, Lewis Hamilton on the right-hand side.
Keep it calm, Max. Keep it calm, everybody. Got to get this restart done. Got to get the revs nice.
Second
Seems
row.
forever, doesn't it? Come on.
Oh,
get on the grid.
That is Nicholas Latifi right at the back. He starts P19. We've lost Mick Schumacher after a crash at turn 22. And now, for the second time this evening, the 5 lights go on above the drivers. It's lights out and away we go again as Esteban Ocon gets ahead of Lewis Hamilton and goes into second place. And that's Sergio Perez who's been tagged. And there's another incident involving George Russell. And it's Russell up against the barriers. So Verstappen in the lead from Esteban Ocon. And then comes Lewis Hamilton. But they're going to talk about that start again. And I wouldn't be at all surprised if we get a second safety car, because that was chaos at the start. Perez gets a bit squeezed. And get tagged from behind, yes he does.
Yeah, 3 into 2 doesn't go. Critical for the Constructors' Championship as well.
Very much so. Oh, no.
I'm going to give you the opportunity based on what occurred at turn 1-2. We would drop you back behind Hamilton.
Understood.
That is my offer.
Yeah, we'll accept that. We understand the order will be Ocon, Hamilton, Verstappen.
That is correct.
Safety car, standing start. Prepare then for the third start of the evening. Get the money's worth. If we like Formula One starts tonight. Ocon on the left-hand side of your screen. As the lights on, lights out, and away we go. Verstappen's going to go down the inside. There's three of them in Hamilton, and Ocon touch. But they keep going, and Verstappen now ahead of Lewis Hamilton. As down the main straight we come, and Lewis Hamilton pulls out to the left-hand side and gets past Esteban Ocon. He had the pace. That was easy. His next overtake, if it happens, might be a whole different ball game. Got someone off and into the barriers, and it is the AlphaTauri of Yuki Tsunoda. That now looks like he might need to reverse and just get out of the way of that front wing before he attempts any form of progression back to the pits. His brakes are on fire. Feel the collision.
Oh, that was so. That's what he was upset about.
Yeah.
So that was Kimi going back. That's his mate. That's his badminton mate, isn't it? And I've got to say, I thought it was a bit unnecessary from Kimi there, but he'll get the DRS here. And Lewis
And he's got the slipstream too, Martin, and he is gaining, and he is gaining, and he is gaining on Max Verstappen. He's going to go for the move here. Lewis Hamilton trying to get into the lead of the race. They go wheel to wheel into the first corner. Verstappen has to bail out. Lewis Hamilton has to bail out Verstappen.
Max, so let's give the position back to Hamilton. Obviously, do that strategically.
Oh, they've touched,
Give the
and they've
position back.
collided. Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton. How much damage on Hamilton's Mercedes? What has happened there? Verstappen being told to give the place back to Lewis Hamilton. Slowed down on the straight. Hamilton ran into the back of the Red Bull. Just what is going on here in Jeddah tonight? And Max Verstappen, after letting Lewis pass, now goes for a lunge down the inside. And retakes the lead of the race. So he let Hamilton pass. Hamilton scooted past. Hamilton and Verstappen going for it again, and going for it again at turn 27. And Hamilton has now got past Verstappen. Lap 43 of this race. Hamilton now leads from Max Verstappen. And Max Verstappen has a 5-second time penalty for leaving the track and gaining an advantage. So he might have the lead of this race, but he's got a 5-second time penalty. And this is the first time that the stewards' room itself has got involved to give an official penalty. Hamilton is going to give us level pegging in the championship as he comes home to win the first Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. It's Hamilton and Mercedes on top. They are racing to the line, and Bottas has got Esteban Ocon right at the line. And by a 1/10 of a second, Mercedes get both their drivers on the podium. It is now the 30th title decider at the final race of the season, the 4th in Abu Dhabi. It is only 7 days away. What a night tonight.
It's difficult to fight with a driver that doesn't work with the same rule book, you know, and yeah, but I tried with everything I had to just keep the car on the track and do it the right way. And yeah, but anyways, we persevered as a team, and I'm grateful for everyone's hard work.
They told me to give the position back, and so immediately when I heard that on the radio, I just pulled off to the right, you know, showing that I was gonna move over, and I braked, downshift, and he just stayed behind me. So I was just looking in the mirror, and I'm slowing down, and then I think it was a bit of a miscommunication where he then ran into the back of me.
I was not fighting against Lewis and Max. I knew that. I let them go and they did their own race. But from that behind, it was the aim to keep third place, and we did so until far into the race. So, next time.
I think a lot to learn. I think from this weekend in terms of these circuits. Incredibly exhilarating, so fast, exciting to drive from a driving perspective, but lacking quite a lot from a safety perspective and the racing perspective.
Yeah, unfortunately, it seems like I was pushing a bit too much, trying to get back into the DRS window from George, and yeah, lost it going into turn 22.